Okay, folks, today is the 7th of July, 2023. Getting ready to start the 389 in the 64 Catalina for the first time. If you saw the first video, you saw where I had to take this engine apart. It was supposedly a new engine when I got the car, and it was a new engine, and thankfully it had never been started because it was put together incorrectly, and it would not have lasted very long at all. Oh, here comes my help. Anyway, I've been working on it for the past week or 10 days here. Got it put back in the car. This past week, I think maybe this last weekend, I got it put back in the car and just been working through little things here and there. I was actually planning to run a fairly new Summit brand carburetor on this engine that I have, but it has some issues that I don't have the parts to fix. So this is just a trusty old Quadrajet that I have had for many years. It has been on lots of engines over the years. It's usually pretty reliable, so I'm gonna run it for the first time with the Quadrajet on it. Maybe I'll leave it on there. We'll see how it goes. Or maybe I won't, because that's my good test bed carburetor. A lot of little things went into getting this thing in here. I had to fabricate some stuff. I had to modify the cross member because this car never came with a turbohydromatic 400 from the factory. I had to make some changes to the transmission mount, and I had to relocate the cross member. Then after I got it put in the first time, I found out that I didn't have enough clearance on the floorboard and the firewall for the Turbo 400 to get a correct drive shaft angle. So I had to take the transmission back out and make some adjustments to the firewall and the floorboard area to get this thing where it needs to be. Then I had to make my transmission cooling lines. That's always time consuming. Made those from scratch. The top radiator hose that I got didn't fit. I had to cut about 6 inches out of it right here to get it to land on this radiator correctly. I got a little piece of pipe on the inside there for a union. It'll work, but right now I'm waiting on my bench battery to get charged up a little bit. Just running a direct drive original Delco type starter on this engine. I did go through it, clean it up, greased it. It works good, but this is a high compression engine, and it's struggling just a little bit because the engine is brand new. It's never been started, so it's a little bit tight, and the battery's a little bit weak, so it's not a good combination. Hopefully I can get it to start here in just a few minutes. Since I'm doing this by myself, I'm just one-handed here, so I'll have to shut this off and probably make another video once I have it running and stabilized. But be right back. Supposed to start. You turn my key on here. This is my ignition switch. I never even had to turn a screw on my trusty old Quadrajet. I just bolted it on and plumbed the fuel to it. Man, I love that carburetor.